and welcome back to Hakaiou, King of Crusher.
Blue Jeans Monster is on the prowl.
My boy's still big.
Yeah, last time you'll remember that we could fit into a convenience store. Now, we're as big as one.
Or we've rampaged onto a miniature golf course.
Ooh, that would be a good idea too.
I mean, I would love to go onto a miniature golf course that is this large. Like, that would be quite an experience.
Well, they're all kind of just like the windmills that you hit the ball in, and then who knows what happens inside, but your ball comes out the other end, and you're like, great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe he's on a miniature golf course, but also he's shrinking.
This size might seem impressive now, but you have to remember that Japan has very tiny apartments. So this is actually like 2 meters 10.
Yeah, like Mike could still beat this guy up.
Oh, for sure.
Who's that?
I mean, have you seen his weak-ass punches? Absolutely. Vichfriend could take him on.
Oh, you're talking about me. Who's this Mike guy?
Mike, future friend Matei.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh boy, I've got several jokes that I can't say in this video.
God, this breakdown is so funky.
Yeah, no, the music is really good in this, and also just, like, extremely inappropriate to anything going on.
Yeah, like, it kind of took me a little while to notice it in the last video, but, like, the music is really... Like, the closest approximation I can give is, like, fucking Star Ocean 3 in how little it fits, but it kind of whips.
I think this fits. This is kind of like an anarchic game, you know? And for the anarchic game, you need, like, the anarchic soundtrack. And, like, punk rock wasn't really a thing in Japan until, like, the Bush presidency ended.
Right.
That's true.
I can't think of anything, like, more destructive than a slap bass.
That is true.
And with, like, kind of the open city setup now, this is kind of like, I don't know, like anti-De Blob. Like, instead of building things up, we're breaking things down.
You might be the first person that has thought of the Blob in maybe about 10 years.
Oh no, I think about the Blob a lot just because I wonder why they use the Dutch D.
The what?
I think about the Blob a lot because I'm still waiting to get, like, the likeness rights for that back.
So, like, the fucking D in the Blob is just like the Dutch version of the.
Oh. Huh.
That's it. I don't think the studio is even Dutch, so I don't know why they did that.
Are they even European?
I don't know. I've never played the Blob because I don't give enough of a shit.
It's cool and stylized.
Sure.
Yeah, but so is my life.
There are none more stylish and cool than the Dutch. Everyone knows.
I mean, if you think about it, like, is there anything cooler than going to a nation that doesn't accept anyone else and immediately being called Southern Barbarians? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. And also being eaten alive by mosquitoes while doing so.
Oh, great.
I don't think there were a lot of mosquitoes in Japan. That wasn't introduced until the end of the Bush presidency.
Yeah, instead of mosquitoes, we have these tanks to deal with, which are just as annoying. So yeah, as you get bigger, of course, the weapon that fights you has to get bigger. No longer can bullets pierce your awful burnt skin.
I mean, I have always said the mosquitoes are the cops of the bug world.
Yeah, they're there to function society.
This game really makes me appreciate, like, Rampage on the N64.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, no,
Rampage was never particularly complex, but
Or good,
I mean, at least the controls seemed like they were kind of okay.
At least, like, it was on a 2D plane, so, like, you knew where things were at any given time.
You could jump, like, on the top of the buildings. Sometimes you could eat people. That was kind of fun.
You could eat your friends.
Well, I'm not to spoil it, but as we get bigger, jumping does become an attack tactic.
Oh.
Cool. You know, Sharps, I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking, man, Hakaiou King of Crusher is made of stupid.
What is that?
Wow.
What does that mean? Why do you say these things?
You know, it's...
What's the link to your YouTube review channel, future friend?
I say these things because I want to make you guys think. It's like how Socrates often took a different position than what he taught, just to make you think of, like, the reasons why you yourself think these things.
Right, and I think that's kind of what Hakaiou King of Crusher wants you to do. Like, the story is very minimal, so it wants you to think about, like, what it is that this man's rage causes him to go after these large buildings, right? Like, we've seen a lot of them are apartment buildings and complexes. Like, what is it that makes him so angry about it? Is it rent control? Is it the people who live there? Like, is it poor people?
Oh, I thought it was, like, just the idea of domesticity has him, like, raging.
Listen, you need to understand that I do LPs on YouTube. I'm too stupid to understand these subtleties. So I will take everything you say at face value, and I will laugh at it because funny man says funny thing.
Wow, thank you.
Do you think he blew up the toilet factory?
Now, Tayak, I think there's a flaw in your theory. We're not funny.
We are angry, though.
Well, I wouldn't know. I watch YouTube reviewers, so...
So I think everything's funny.
Well, that is true. As YouTube reviewers, the troubles they get into are very funny. So, on another tack, guys, I want to apologize for the bad story I told last video that Chirps is probably keeping in because he wants to ruin my fucking life. And I want to apologize for that by telling an actually funny story.
Okay.
So, one time, I was in a bar, and I was going to the bathroom, and as I came in, and I just immediately, teleported to the urinals, and I looked to my right, I saw a guy in there, just sitting on the toilet with a beer in his hand, looking at me, and he said, "Aren't you going to pee, boy?" And you know what? I did.
You know, that's kind of how I feel about Hakaiou King of Crusher, right? Like, constantly I feel judged by this large man going, "Are you gonna crush?"
Actually, you know what? That story is also boring. Cut that out. I'll bring a better one next time.
Oh no, is he destroying fire trucks now? He loves fire trucks!
No, he hates them now. Just like he hates gas stations, which is our next enemy.
Or you could look at it the opposite way of, he appreciates fire trucks so much that, there is no greater honor than to perish in battle, and he does so with the fire truck.
Yeah.
You really hate this Circle K sign.
I hate it so much. But, so, this is a weird thing about King of Crusher, is its sense of pacing. Last level, 7 minutes long, very big. As you can see from the mini map in the corner, this level, very tiny.
This is like if somebody played Final Fight and was like, what if instead of beating up a car, you beat up the whole damn gas station?
I mean, you do need to escalate, You can't keep doing the same old, small fry shit.
Right. This time you're doing something serious. You're, going to be getting rid of all the oil, also.
Yeah.
At the very end, he just drinks all the oil, and it's like, oh no, prices are up.
That'll be negative $35. You drank 7 cans of oil.
So, we destroyed the entire gas station. What you'll notice is that, our destruction bar not going anywhere. So, I don't know what it is about this game, but it has, a very specific sort of, like, point system to it. As you can see, these trees doing a lot for our destruction meter.
Well, so, okay, I think the thing is that gas station actually has a bigger impact on the destruction of the world than... Like, it not being there is actually a net benefit for the world, which is why you got less points for destroying it.
I see. So it was actually
I think it's
good.
just... You've been destroying technology for so long now. It's time to finally take it to nature.
That's right. We hate industrialization, but we also hate, we also love agriculture.
Maybe it's just for how low you can get the frame rate to go. Maybe that's the...
Yeah.
That's the meter.
I love that it never stops exploding. I think that's all the oil, also.
What happens if you go to the end of the stage and it's not over? Does it just, like, do nothing?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw it earlier.
You can just go there, and you'll just have to walk backwards.
Damn, there's no pacifist run.
No. There's only destruction in your path.
For a second, this looked like this would be like stop motion animation with like little miniatures, and I got like really excited.
Right, it's gonna do some kind of like Art Nouveau kind of stuff, really experimental.
Like, it would be like AMP 3 in like different sections of the game would have different art styles.
Man, if only more games were like AMP 3.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
Oh wow, his shirt's back.
Yeah. And suddenly our rage expands. We hate cars, too.
What? Why did we even stop being angry if we're just gonna get angry again?
No, we got sleepy. You can't be angry if you're sleepy.
I mean, he went to sleep angry, and look what it got him.
Are we gonna turn into a fucked up car? Oh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go Turbo Teen on this. Well, damn, if you say so, little man.
Thanks, little buddy.
Oh!
Now this is a trap.
This fucking run cycle.
Yeah, it's real fucking good. So we have entered our third evolution. We are now a dinosaur.
I don't know that I trust you in that, but we are truly something.
I didn't actually know, like, I've seen like a couple of reviews of this game beforehand. I didn't actually know there were like more evolutions than man and werewolf beast.
Yeah, no, it keeps going.
Oh man.
We have turned into a creature whose skin is entirely made of pine cone.
I mean, if you think about it, scales in many ways are like pine cones.
That is true.
Yeah, you know what? I proposed a new theory. Everyone's like, oh, dinosaurs actually had feathers. No, they had pine cones.
I agree.
That's in fact why the missing link between humans and dinosaurs are the cone heads.
Wow. You learn something new every day. But, yeah, so, again, this brings up, like, the weird point system of this game. On the other side of this river, and we'll see it eventually, is sort of like power lines. They do jack shit for your score. Stomping on threes of trees does a number for your score. It's very strange.
I'm kind of mad that this whole level isn't just like a reverse Frogger where you're just destroying every car in the road.
Well, we destroyed the bridge, which inevitably is going to destroy a bunch of cars. Also, the new punch animation, just absolutely choice.
This dinosaur looks like a PS1 fighting game put a dinosaur in as a secret character.
Right, this is what could have happened if Primal Rage had made it to the awkward PS1 3D era.
This fucking weird Tekken dinosaur is going to juggle all of these factory buildings.
Hell yeah.
I really love this bizarre kangaroo-like jump. Like, it almost looks like it's jumping with all 4 limbs somehow.
Yeah, it's really good. And so, like I was saying before, jumping is now, like, a proper tactic. Not only will your jump do damage on a number of the infrastructure items in the area, but also it's really the only consistent way to destroy the helicopters. Like, you can headbutt them, but for the most part, like, they stay just out of range. So the only way I've consistently found to do it is to jump into them and then they all immediately explode.
I like that just walking into the trees isn't enough. No, you have to stomp on them, which is just a more aggressive walk.
Bigger step.
An angry walk, in a way.
Yeah, because you can tell he has a real jaunty walk otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
His little chicken drumstick legs.
Like, the way that he holds out his hand, like, as if he's, like, kind of traipsing ahead, like, kind of sneakily, is like a real coming to steal your girl vibe.
That's not the only thing he's stealing. That's right, he's stealing the natural resources from the Earth.
Yeah, but then his problem is I'm gonna get so mad about him stealing my girlfriend that I turn into a bigger monster than him.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
Oh no, a table!
Did you find an IKEA table inside of the mountain?
Yeah, so hidden in some of the larger levels will be like items like that where they're very innocuous, but they greatly increase your score and also like heal you to full.
Huh.
It's just like, oh no, this reminds me of my home, no!
Gotta say, a table on a mountain, a prime showcase of the uniqueness of the Japanese comedy. No one else could think of such a thing.
I think we call that prop comedy, you know? Mm-hmm. We didn't have that till after the Bush era with Gallagher.
Yeah, like, you know, like, my favorite prop comedian is the famous bokeh comedian, Carrot Top.
Did he do prop stuff? I actually realized that despite being American, I've never actually seen a single Carrot Top routine.
I mean, he did prop stuff. That's all I know about Carrot Top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure, like, after he got buff, he started, like, introducing, like, weights to, like, his routine.
Okay, because I did know that he got buff, which I assume just means that he's, like, halfway to his evolution to the next stage of being a King of Crusher, which is the ultimate prop comedy bit.
Mm-hmm. Society is the prop, and you have to learn to laugh at it.
I don't know,
Man.
I'll say it. I think, like, Carrot Top is a creature that cannot be accurately portrayed in PS1 game. Like, that at least needs, like, a PS3 generation, you know?
Sure. Like, you could get the muscles right, but they just wouldn't connect to his torso in the right way.
I could totally see buff Carrot Top being like a secret character in like a WCW backstage assault or something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Here's my idea, is a musou game made up of American comedians. Who do you play as?
Okay, so we've got Carrot Top, who's muscly. We've got Gallagher, who has a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
We got Ron White, who's
drunk.
Who's the world's most disgraced comedian? Because that's my pick.
Which was the one who was at, like, the Comedy Factory or whatever and shouted out a ton of
Kramer.
racist shit.
Kramer.
Yeah.
Kramer, right.
From Seinfeld? Yeah. He's probably in there. He's definitely... Oh, I don't know if he'd be playable. Is Lu Bu generically playable in those games? I feel like
not really.
Kramer's
like,
definitely the Lu Bu.
Maybe Lu Bu showed up in, like, an early Samurai Warriors, but not afterwards.
Okay.
Dane Cook is like a villain who you, like, beat up and he keeps running away, but he keeps showing up again.
I'm sure that there's, like, the blue-collar comedy faction. Where you've got, like, Ron White and all them.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy has, like, a very diverse moveset.
Right, because he's been in so many jobs. He's been a health inspector. I think he worked for the TSA for a little bit.
Carlos Mencia is like the weird goblin character that no one wants to play.
Oh no, Carlos Mencia is cool because he has the moveset of every character.
Oh my god.
I have always said Carlos Mencia is the Mokujin of the comedy world.
And you know, I'm glad that finally we've had a conversation where it's appropriate for you to say that, because sometimes they'll just be like, you know, we'll be talking about, you know...
I'll be like, this is my wedding, Teok, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why any of you even talk to me anymore. I must be a complete nightmare to talk to.
I mean, have you seen this guy? Yeesh.
So, okay, here's like a problem. This is leading me onto another thought.
Uh-huh.
If any of the otaku trash machine was Gabriel Iglesias, who would it be? Because here's the problem. Chirps, both you and me are really fat.
Right, neither of you are fluffy, though.
I think Chirp's a little bit fluffier than me, at least in attitudes, but not in looks.
Sure.
Here's my problem. I think I'm a little fluffier in looks, but in attitudes, I am a sour man.
Right, no, for sure. You just like to get angry, like this guy.
Yeah, I'm like the 7 words you can say on the television guy. I don't say anything funny, but you think I'm funny because you agree with me.
George Carlin.
George who? George Bush? Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I always say about George Bush. He's always right.
You know, I'll say this for George Carlin. I don't think it's funny, but I do think it was courageous how, like, he didn't start doing comedy until the end of the Bush presidency.
And so, once again, we've just been given the tiniest possible level to destroy.
Well, like, you're just trying to get somewhere to crush something important.
Right. And what we're crushing here is a power plant. I assume that this is the one that, like, provides all the TV stations, and just really pissed that Comedy Central is no longer a channel provided by, like, basic cable.
Like, oh, where am I gonna watch hour-long comedy specials now? What's Netflix?
They're gonna steal my credit card information.
But I think it was very, like, forward-thinking of George Carlin to release all his stand-up material posthumously as memes.
Wow. Also, you'll note that we're already done. Like, we already don't need to destroy anything else. But you know, I do for the fun of it.
I mean, you also know us being funny was done 3 years ago.
Right, whenever Jordan Kai metamorphized into Teok.
That was beautiful.
I mean, it was more of a regression, but...
Yeah, it's like whenever that guy stopped being a werewolf and turned back into a normal dude for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Until he was covered in electrical energy and grew to twice his size again.
Wow, big get.
Next time, the destruction never ends.